Welcome back to the Modus Super Series. This is Double Trouble 2, and talking about people in trouble, Robert Thornton losing 2 from 2. And the man who is top of the table, well, he is still at that mark, but he is under considerable pressure. And if Richie, Bennett and Scott Mitchell win games 5 and 6, respectively, then the top 5 players will all be on 8 points, and John Henderson would be a lonesome figure in 6 points adrift. However, Hendo put in the performance of the day so far, one of the performances of the day so far, with a 3-0 victory against Scott Mitchell in his opener. Bennett also a victor in the first round of fixtures. He got the better of the Fawn by 3-2 in the opening game of the day. These two former World Grand Prix
first leg, it's Richie
semi-finalists.
To throw first. Game on.
Yes, they've actually been playing each other
96.
for 12 years now. 4 times they've played.
Both players getting off second dart of their first visit in the first leg. Yeah, both of these players former World Grand Prix semi-finalists. Richie Bennett doing so in 2011. John Henderson doing so as recently as 2017 at the City West Hotel in Dublin, where he would lose out to the eventual champion, Daryl Gurney, by 4 sets to 1.
Yeah, it is a unique format, this one. Players aren't used to the double star, but I think as the week goes along, I think we're already seeing today there's been a step up in quality, and a lot of that's down to John Henderson as well coming to the party. The fact he lost all 5 games yesterday really made that group tight as he smashes in a 180. And for John Henderson, Henry, we've pretty much written him off. He was 33-1 before a dart was thrown today to top this group. But because it's so tight, if he can move on to 4 points, all of a sudden he can start seeing the field just above him. It could be a really good day for Hendo. But a good start here from Bennett also.
And he's left himself on 60 after 12 to take out the opening leg. Any leg in 5-visit range in this format is pretty much the equivalent of a 4-visit leg during a normal week. So this is incredibly good for Bennett. Double 10. Does not go, and there was a lot of shoulder in that.
I was just watching John Henderson there. They were going in yesterday. So he's been given an opportunity, but you can see what he's done with that first dart there. Missed opportunity, John.
40. Richie required 20.
So Bennett handed another chance. And it's a chance he cannot take, and he can't believe it.
John require 40.
He gives it a good old stare down, but it's not going to move where the darts have gone as he frails his arm up in the air in frustration. And he'll be even more frustrated to see John Henderson pin the top's first time of asking for the break of throw. And here's the Highlander who goes one up.
Yeah, you can understand the frustration this time for Richie Bennett. He was superb in that leg. And with that situation, as Henry alluded to, where we could have had 5 players going on to 8 points without Richie being at his blisteringly best, John Henderson getting the opportunities he didn't have yesterday.
36.
Well, Henderson with the perfect start to leg 2, and he's continuing that perfect start. Hang about, Hendo.
140.
That would be special, wouldn't it? We call it the special weeks as well. It's double trouble. If we could have got a 9-darter this week. John Henderson, after the day yesterday, we got a message off him this morning saying, I'll be better today. And boy, is he right.
177.
This is outstanding. A potential 10-darter.
Leaving double 12. Well, the Terminator may have won Champions Week on
180.
Saturday,
John
Marvin
McQuarrie,
van Velzen,
24.
but Henderson playing like a Terminator because he's
James
back
John the
with a
second
10
man.
darter and a
John
2-0
Henderson.
lead. And the Highlander is running red hot here.
Well,
against
Henry
Richie's
mentioned you can add 10 points onto your average in a doubles game. And just look at that, 115.62. And Richie Bennett is pretty much saying, why are you doing it against me? But you had the sense as well when John Henderson won his first game against Scott Mitchell. Scott was saying the same. John Henderson is absolutely superb. Look at the smile on his face behind. Can he continue?
In the history of Grand Prix darts, there's only been 21 ton plus averages. Darryl Pilgrim hit 100.2 against Colin Osborne in the previous incarnation of this tournament. Henderson getting off third dart of his first visit.
Yeah, and if you're wondering what that's done to the averages by missing a couple of darts, I mean, he's down to around about 108 now. So has that opportunity
28.
to do something really special here in this match.
$50.
Ouch.
Well, in terms of the highest average ever attained in a Grand Prix match, Alan Warren 106.45, although admittedly games in the World Grand Prix are played at a longer format than what we're playing here.
135.
Isn't it good to see Hendo playing well? He looked a pretty sorry figure. He lost a couple of games 3-2 yesterday as well.
60.
As a matter of fact, Glenn, you actually had a ton plus average hit against you at the World Grand Prix. It was Dave Chisnell back in the first round in 2020. You got drubbed 2-0. Chisnell averaging 102.85.
123.
Why are you so horrible to me, Henry? Is it because you've never done anything in your darting life?
However, 2 weeks later, you did go on to win the Premier League, so
82. Johnny McQuarrie, 153.
this to end a nigh on immaculate display.
Yeah, I like that word immaculate. That's exactly what it has been. Just needs to find that treble to leave a two-darter.
100.
Beautiful, John Henderson. What it does tell us, Henry, is that despite what happened yesterday, it's a long week, isn't it? John Henderson, we expect him to be there on Saturday. You even feel whoever comes through
60.
Group C will come from
Johnny
Group A.
McQuarrie, 53.
And Henderson for the match.
Well, 106.1 is the average. It's not quite going to be the record for a double star average, but it's going to be very close. It's a record for double trouble, and it's only the 22nd ton plus average in the history of double star darts. John Henderson writing his own history books, running his own records. It's the highest ever we've seen here at Double Trouble, eclipsing the 100.2 of Darryl Pilgrim last time out. Richie Bennett, well, he was saying his piece about that performance, but for Henderson, a piece of his own history.